Welcome everyone to today's class. I hope you are doing absolutely fine. And today we will study differential equation. Today's topic will be differential equation. Okay, guys. So all of you who are waiting for this session, I hope you will enjoy this session. And we will work a lot. And I hope at the end you are able to solve some past year JEE questions. And after this webinar, you are able to attempt all those questions on your own. In this webinar, I'll tell you all about the theories, all about the formulas, and I will do some questions as well. And I will like to tell you that how you have to attempt the question, that what will be the steps to solve the questions in differential equation. Okay, so we will do it together. We will study together. I hope you hang in there. So first of all, everyone, I would like to know that how is the quality of our broadcast as usual, which I ask in every video. So this is for the feedback. So out of 10, how would you like to rate us from the quality of broadcast, the Altedemy's broadcast? Okay. So assuming you have rated our broadcast, now moving on. Students, how is the preparation for exam going on, huh? Like how is the Josh? 3, 2, 1. I hope you are doing absolutely well and you are choosing the level of 3. And for anyone who is on level 2, we will make it to the level 3 very soon. And for anyone who is in the level 1, don't worry, you don't need to panic. You will move upward, okay? You will uplift yourself, you will uplift your level very soon. And I hope you all will excel in your JEE. So, anyone who feels demotivated, just don't feel that, okay? Today, we'll stay positive. We'll stay positive by our mindset, okay? And then you'll study a lot about the differential equation. Our motive is to get to solve the questions at the end, okay? So firstly, this is like a one short video for differential equation. I hope you will enjoy this session. Okay. So Satyam is saying 2. Okay, Satyam, I hope at the end you are able to see the level 3 of yourself and you are able to do the questions on your own. Good luck. So let's move forward. Telling about me, my name is Krishvi Srivastava. You can call me Krishvi, you can call me ma'am, anything. So I'm a software developer, and what I'm doing here is like I have loved maths from my childhood. So when I got this opportunity, I thought why to like waste it. We should just do whatever comes in your life. Okay, you never know what can be the changing point of your life. So this is where I am pursuing my hobby, and right now I'm teaching you guys. I hope you will enjoy this session with me, and I hope you will rock this session. I hope you will rock your JEE marks. Okay, so let's move forward. Now, firstly, I'd like to tell about Altedemy's courses. Okay, so what does our course consist of? And you can obviously you can watch our YouTube playlist. We have so many content there as well. Also, we have the unlisted content. Okay, we have the content which you can like when you get to the subscription plan, you can get the access of the 90 plus classes. You can get the access of convenient educational platform. Obviously, it is like so convenient. You're studying it from your home. Piyush, hi ma'am, hi Piyush. We have syllabus from JEE experts. Okay, the syllabus is designed by the experts. So I have seen that most of the students face difficulties in scheduling their timetable and scheduling their syllabus, that which chapter should they study first, which chapter should they study later on. So for any such confusion, we have experts for you who can guide you, who can maintain your timetable as well. So at any point you are facing any trouble, we are there to help you guys. Okay. Also, we have this flipped classroom method which we follow. We have doubt solving practice. You can message us, you can email us. Okay. And we have the doubt support for you all. They can solve your questions. Also, in this live classes, also you can ask questions, and I will be the one to answer you all. So for anyone who's facing any difficulty, don't you guys worry about anything. We are here to help you out, okay? So flipped classroom method. Now, how does our classes looks like? So obviously, firstly, we provide you the theory, the study materials, okay? And then we conduct the webinar. After that, we provide you a homework PDF, that is like a test PDF. And after you attempt that PDF, we also make one tutorial video for that homework, which gives you some hint, which gives you details of the question, and it helps you to analyze that homework. Okay. So the flipped classroom method, I tell you guys, this is such a good method. It increases your efficiency by such percentage that it has been followed in Harvard universities. Talking about India, it is followed in IIT Delhi. So for anyone I would suggest you guys to follow this method whenever you attend my webinar, whenever you attend anyone's webinar. Firstly, firstly, study that topic on your own. Firstly, like go through that topic, that what is it about. Just like a little glimpse also can work, okay? Then you attend the webinar, and after that, you need to check your efficiency, you need to check your performance, okay? So after that, what you need to do is you need to do some practice for that webinar, some practice of that topic, okay? So for that, you need to do the homework, and then you get to see that what you have done, is it right or is it wrong, or is this the method being followed. So obviously analysis is always an important thing. Whoever does this mock test practice, okay, so what you guys do is, see Piyush, I am not here to tell you about the price and all. We can tell you everything. I'll tell you in the detail. Somebody else will tell you in the detail. What I can tell you is about our course. Our sales manager can tell you about the price. Our managers can tell you. You can get yourself added to our Telegram channel as well, and you can also check our websites for the amazing coupons and discounts as well. So in the mock test practice also, this is like advice, like whoever gives mock test, guys, this has been the best practice for you all, okay? But the most important aspect of that mock test is analyze that paper after you solve it, okay? Like where did you go wrong, which questions you were not able to do, why were you not able to do, and which mistakes happened so that your answer was wrong, okay? So analysis of your test, of your mock test, of your practice test is very important. If you're not doing the analysis, you are just going and attempting the paper and coming back and just throwing away the paper, it's of no use, guys. So whenever you do this mock test papers, do analyze that whichever paper you attempt. I am not saying about Altedemy's paper, I'm saying about any paper, okay? I'm here to help you out, I'm here to increase your output, okay? So I am here to help you out. Whichever mistakes I know that people do, then I am here to make you avoid that mistakes, okay? So whoever gives this mock test, I suggest you guys to like do analysis of that paper afterwards, okay? Now, like whoever was asking about the plans, we have this light, smart, and proficient plan. Smart plan is like it is sufficient enough to provide you all the course and get you, get you qualified in a JEE. So whoever wants above average, they have done their course and they want something else, they can go to the proficient plan. You have this additional special courses, okay? For all the courses, plan is covered in smart, but the additional special course is covered in proficient. So that you can do, okay? You can check all the things, and whichever it's suitable to you, you can choose that plan, okay? Now topic comes differential equations, okay? So starting from differential equations, some people study differential and they say, okay, maybe it is related to that. No, obviously the concept is used. Obviously if you know differentiation, then obviously it is like a base. Differentiation is a base to study differential. If you don't know, then how will be able to do the equations for that, okay? Now the topic is differential equation. Let's just get started with it. Now what is the trend in your JEE exams? How the questions have been asked? The questions have been asked, like one question always comes from differential equation, okay? One question, that means you get plus 4 marks. So today's goal is to get those plus 4 marks in your JEE, okay? Today's goal is your plus 4 marks. Now this is the goal, and now you are investing your 1 hour with me, then I want these plus 4 marks in your JEE, okay? So these plus 4 should always be added in your score of JEE. So let's just get started. Firstly, I'll tell you about the representation. I'll tell you about the terms related to it. So what it is, see, for example, you have this dy by dx, which is in the part of the differential equation. So what does it mean is, obviously you know that it means rate of change. Rate of change of y with respect to x, right? But what we need to do something more here is, we are working with the variables here. Y and x is a variable. So what do we need to find out? That y is the dependent variable, okay? In dy by dx, y is the dependent variable, whereas the x is the independent variable, okay? Now here y is the dependent variable, whereas x is the independent variable. Now talking about the equation, how it is formed is, Okay, now to whoever wanted to ask me about this courses and anything about the coupons discounts, you can get yourself added to the Telegram channel right now by scanning this code. You will be getting the access of PDF materials, free classes, announcements, and all the discounted prices. Okay. So for any such information about our channel, about our courses, you can get yourself added to the Telegram channel right now. Just scan the code and get access to everything. Okay. Okay, Rishi. Hi, Rishi. Now, talking about the terms I already told you about the dependent variable, about the independent variable. Now, how is the equation formed? See, you have this equation like 2x minus 3y plus 5 dy by dx. Okay, so this is known as differential equation. Why it is known as differential equation? Because it consists of dependent variable. I told you dependent variable, that is y. Okay, dependent variable, independent variable, and rate of change. That means derivative, you can say, of dependent variable. Okay, so this is how you can represent the differential equation. How it is usually represented, it is you can write it as 5 dy by dx minus 3y is equals to minus 2x. Okay, you can also write it like that, only transposing some of the elements on the right hand side. Okay, so this is a differential equation. How you can form a differential equation? By taking an independent variable, a dependent variable, and the derivative of the dependent variable, right? You get it, what is actually a differential equation. Now, what are the most common terms which you have been, getting the used to it? See, these are the terms like order and degree. I hope you already know what is the order and what is a degree. Okay, order is basically the highest degree of differential. Like for example, we have y dash, y double dash. I hope you know y dash. Y dash is dy by dx. Okay, so if we have y triple dash, so 3 will be the order because it is the most differentiate thing, like dy by dx, d square y by dx square, dq y by dx cube. Okay, it is differentiated 3 times, so the order becomes 3 here. And what is the degree? Degree is the power of that like whichever element is providing us the order, the power of that element is the degree. So right now I have said it verbally, now I'm writing you. I hope you will be able to understand it more clearly here. So here we have dy by dx. So the order will be 1. We have d square y by dx square. We have order 2. We have dq y by dx square dx cube, that is 3. So order of highest differential. Okay, so that means we are talking about order here. So that means the highest differential form. Okay, so if we have dy by dx, obviously it is only 1. We have differentiated 2 times, then the order becomes 2. And when we have 3 times, the order becomes 3. Okay, and now what is degree? Degree is basically the power of the highest coefficient, highest differential form. Okay, for example, we have dy by dx, here the order is 1, and we have dy by dx square, so the degree becomes 2 here. Okay, we have for example 4 here, so the degree becomes here 4. So how do we define the degree? We define the degree by highest power of highest order derivative occurring in it, and obviously it has been expressed in a polynomial form. Okay, so I hope you're clear with the terms order and degree. Now there are some rules as well. There are some things which has to be, which you should know. With how to them, I think you will be able to face some difficulties while calculating the degrees, because there are some rules as well. So how do you define it? How are the rules? So obviously, guys, subscribe the channel right now. It's free, of course. Subscribe the channel, gives us motivation to make such content, and to make you, like, if we are able to get the feedback that yes, you are enjoying, like the video right now, like my video right now, and we are going to rock this. Okay, we are going to kill your JEE Max. Okay, we are going to excel. And for anyone who is even 1% interested in my videos and everything, guys, just like the video. Yeah, like, how much time does it take? Just like the video, subscribe the channel, let's just move forward. No, why to waste the time? And obviously you are here to study. Subscribe the channel, like the video right now. Okay, now let's move forward. So without moving to the linear differential equation, I will tell you some terms for the degrees. Okay, now how do you write it? See, what are the rules look like? See, first, calculating for degree calculation, we are writing all these for the degree calculation. Obviously there can be questions of degree and order in your JEE, and if you are making their mistake, then like it's a blunder if you are not being able to calculate the degree and order. Okay, okay, okay. I'll give you some example, Kalpu, then it will be easy for you. Okay, so firstly, what you are going to do is, for degree calculation, you are going to write the equation as a polynomial of derivatives. Okay, this is the first step. I am writing out the steps, you can follow that. Second step, no negative and fractional powers are allowed. So whenever you face such thing, you can write just like the degree is not being applied here. Okay, the powers of derivative should be natural number. If it is negative, then like you don't have to calculate the degree, it is not needed. So power of the derivatives should be natural numbers. I hope you know natural numbers, that is 1, 2, 3 to n. Okay, and now what you need to do is, what is the highest power? You have to find the highest power in that equation. Find the highest order, sorry, highest power of highest order derivative. That is the order, highest order derivative. And if you are not being able to write it in the form of equation, then degree is not defined. So again, I'm telling you in an easy way, highest order derivative is the order of the equation. Okay, and now when you are calculating the degree, then what is the power of that thing which we are highest order derivative is order. Okay, now highest order derivative's power is a degree. I hope you are being able to understand what I'm saying is, highest order derivative, for example, we have here is dy by dx. This is our equation. See, this is our equation, dy by dx plus 3y minus 2x is equals to 0. So here order is 1, because it is dy by dx, and power is also, for example, you can take the power as 2 here. Okay, so now the degree will become here 2, because this is the highest order of differentiation and the power of it is degree, so the degree becomes 2. Okay, I hope now this is clear to you. Kalpu, are you being able to understand it? Duna, hello, and Lewis, hello, and I hope you're enjoying the session. So, this is the meaning of order and degree. Here, I can take one more example. I am actually thinking of it. Let me know if I am writing it in the right way. So, the equation, for example, we have this equation sine inverse d where let's just take dy by dx is equals to 3x minus 2y. Okay, okay. So this is the equation now, guys. Okay, now tell me what will be the degree of this equation. Find out the degree of this equation. So this is the equation, and now you have to answer me what is the degree of this equation. Okay, so I have written these rules, and if you are not being able, you can also tell me that it is not defined. Okay, but just think about it and let me know if you can be able to find out the degree of the equation. So now, without wasting any time, I'll tell you how you calculate this degree. See, you have here is sine inverse dy by dx. So how you can write it, it is not in the form of a polynomial. Okay, so now what you can take here is you can take sine both sides. Okay, so I'm writing it on the above. So I am taking sine of both sides. So how do you get? You get dy by dx is equals to sine 3x minus 2y. Okay, you can also the equation can also look like, instead of sine inverse, it can only be sine dy by dx. Okay, then also what you will do here is you will take sine inverse on both side. Now what you did is you take sine inverse both side. What do we get it? Sine inverse sine dy by dx, it will become dy by dx. Now here you will get sine 3x minus dy 2y. Now what do you get? That dy by dx, it is the highest differential equation. Okay, so dy by dx, so the order is 1 here and the degree is 1 here, because you know the power of this order is 1. So this is the answer, 1. Okay, it was not defined. Not defined was not an answer. I appreciate, Ankit, you were right, the answer was 1. So right, you did right. Now obviously we wasted one page of a slide, so it's not Bernoulli right now. Firstly, we will discuss about now linear differential equation. Okay, and before that, I will like to tell you how do you solve this equation. There are 4 types. Oh, sorry, 3 types. So it looks like this is very important, because you need to know that how you are going to solve the differential equation. You have to analyze this first. The first step is to analyze which method should be followed in this differential equation, because if you don't know, then you don't know about all. You see, you know the methods, now you know which steps is being followed in which method. Okay, so the first steps always comes like which equation should be applied here. Okay, so the steps, the types looks like, so this is the methods to solve the differential equation. So type 1, this is the easiest one, that is the variable separation. Okay, this is mostly being done in your boards. Variable separation, what you do is you just separate the dy things, you just separate the dx thing, and now you can integrate it and do it accordingly. Okay, so that is the type 1. Type 1 is variable separable. Okay, type 2 is homogeneous equations, and type 3 is linear differential equations, and type 4 is Bernoulli's. Okay, so whenever these 3 things are not being applied, then that means we are going to apply Bernoulli's. Bernoulli's is an extension, it is only in your JEE. Okay, in your JEE, you don't need to study it for your boards. I suppose Bernoulli's is only being asked in your JEE marks. Okay, now what is the mostly asked question, what is the mostly asked type in your JEE marks? So what it is asked is your LDE. LDE is the, LDE is the king. LDE is your king. This type of question, this type of differential equation is asked the most in your JEEs. Okay, so linear differential equation, you need to have a command on it. You need to have a command on linear differential equations, guys. Okay, now let's move forward. We have, I told you about the types. Now I will give you a brief about every type. I'll tell you, I'll see one example if it is having one example. So what we can do here is, okay, I'll tell you the steps then. So the steps for variable separable. So obviously it involves dy as well as dx. Okay, so here the variables are easily separable. So for example, we have this function that is f of x, we have dx here, we have g of y, we have dy here. Okay, so now the solution can be obtained by integrating on the both sides. So now you have integrated on the both sides. Now you can get f of x dx is equals to integration of g of y dy. Okay, so this is how you can solve the differential equation by the variable separation method. Now how it can be solved is, for example, you have this three. Let me make an example for you guys. We have here is mm, we have dx by dy is equals to y square plus 2y. We have x square plus 3x. Okay, this is the equation. Now how do you solve this equation? You solve this equation by separating the variables. Okay, but here what you can do, see, these variables cannot be separated easily, because when you take it to this side, that is x square plus 3x, then that becomes that like, see, for example, you take y square plus 2y, dy comes here, then it comes with dy. But when you take x square plus 3x to here, then it cannot be taken with the dx. Okay, so this becomes like a homogeneous equation. So for the variable separation, how it can be written as, so this is an example of homogeneous. Now for the variable separation, how it can be written at, it can be written as x square plus 3x. For example, this is the equation. Now how do you solve this equation for the variable separation? You solve this equation as, you multiply it here, that is x square plus 3x dx is equals to y square plus 2y dy. Now what you do is integrate on both sides. What do you get? Integration x cube by 3 plus 3x square by 2 is equals to y cube by 3 plus 2y square by 2 plus c. Okay, so this is the answer. This is the equation we got. This is the equation. This was the differential equation which we had, and this was the equation which we wanted to have. So this is how you solve this variable separation method. Okay, now moving forward, we will do some more. I hope you have been able to understand the variable separation. This was the easiest of all. Okay, now we will talk about the hero. Firstly, we'll talk about the hero because this question is asked the most. So we will have been talking about the linear differential equation. Okay, linear differential equation and its solution. So we took the solution of variable separation. I gave you an example of homogeneous, that equation which cannot be separated in the form of variables, that is known as homogeneous. Now talking about LDE, we have here is, for example, we have this equation, that is dy by dx plus ey is equals to q. So what is this equation called? This equation is called as linear differential equation in y. Okay, we have linear differential equation in y. Now what does p means? P means that this is the function of x. Here in this equation, p and q will only be form of the functions of x. Now what is the second type of equation which we face in linear differential equation? That is dx by dy. Okay, it is not the same, because if you have dx by dy, you cannot oppose it and you cannot take the reciprocal. In differentiation, you cannot do such things. So if anyone thinks like that, if anyone has yes, we will do that type also in this. So that was not in that was not falling into that criteria. So now according to that criteria, we will solve even more tough questions. Okay, so we will have dy by dx plus py is equals to q, and in the last we will do some JEE questions as well. Okay, Ankit, so dy by dx plus py. Now another differential type, that is dx by dy plus px is equals to q. Okay, now p and q, what will be here? They will be the functions of y. Okay, and Bernoulli's. What was Bernoulli's? Bernoulli's is only the extension of linear differential. See, I told you about the linear differential. Okay, now I'll tell you about the Bernoulli's. So, what is Bernoulli's? Bernoulli's is actually, Bernoulli's, the equation looks like, we have the equation that is the form of dy by dx plus py is equals to q y to the power n. So here what is the difference? Dy by dx plus py is equals to q. Okay, but here we have y to the power n also with q. So what we will do here is, see, to make you, if you know something, then you try to make that thing to take that form. So what we will do here is, we will divide the whole equation with y to the power n. Okay, so we will divide with y to the power n. So what do we get here is, we got y to the power minus n dy by dx plus p y to the power 1 minus n we have is equals to q here, because y to the power n gets cancelled out. Okay, now what we can do here is, you can use here, now what are the step? The step is, you can use the substitution method here. Okay, so substitution method, now what we take here is, this y1 minus n, what we take here is, you can take y minus n plus 1, just writing it in the standard form, minus n plus 1, nothing has been changed, is equals to v. Okay, now I am differentiating it on the both side, okay, with respect to x. Differentiating with respect to x, what do we get here is, we have dy by dx minus n plus 1 y minus n plus 1 minus 1 gets cancelled out is equals to dv by dx. Okay, this is we got when we differentiated it on the both side. Now just making it to the normal form, what we got here is dy by dx, it's not dy, it is actually dv. So here we have dy by dx plus p. So how you can write it as, so just taking it in the standard form, we have dv by dx plus what it becomes, 1 minus n, that is 1 minus n p v is equals to 1 minus n q. What we took is, we just substituted this dy by dx value here. We substituted the value of dy by dx here. So this was the equation which we got. Now this is exactly the same equation which is in the form of v and x. So it is the linear differential equation in the form of v and x. So what are the steps? These are the same steps which you take in linear differential equation. The only thing which was different is, just you had to divide it by the y to the power n, which was making the change, and then you have to do the substitution method to make it into the form of linear differential equation. Now when it became the linear differential equation, now you can follow the same steps. Okay, so what are the steps you have to follow? This is the trick which you get followed easily. Okay, so what do we get here is, before attempting the last year questions, this is the step that what you get is, see, you have to find out the degree. Okay, you have to find out the, let me just write it in the statement wise. Okay, firstly, write it in the polynomial form. Second, find out with respect to what the equation is, in which type it falls, and solve it accordingly. Okay, so for solving the differential equation, these were the steps. Now what do we do here is, we have this equation, that is dy by dx plus py is equals to q. Now I assume you already know about the integration factor here. So in linear differential equation, what is the most important thing is, that is the integration factor. And what do you do here is, you just integrate it with respect to p. So if it is in the form of this dy or dx, that matters, if it is in the form of this equation or if it is in the form of x equation. Okay, so if it is in the form of first form, then it becomes p with respect to dx, you integrate it here. Okay, and if it is in the form of this equation, then you integrate it in the form of dy. Okay, so these are the major steps. Now what is the solution? The solution looks like y into integration factor into integration of q into integration factor. Okay, this is the solution of this equation. Okay, same thing is being followed in this equation. What you do here is you substitute, instead of y you substitute here x, and then according to that you solve it. Okay, so this is how you solve the differential equation of linear form. So firstly you find out the integration factor, then you find out the solution. This is of the second type, this is of the first type. So this was the first type of linear differential equation, this was the second type of linear differential equation. Now we will do some questions of last year, and I hope you will be able to understand all those questions, all the concept which I told you. If you are facing any difficulty, these questions, this is the main part of the class. This will solve all your doubts. Okay, so now starting from the question, let me find it out. Okay, so first question is of the linear. Oh, I already told you that the majority of those questions are asked from linear differential equation. Okay, so the question is, and this is the question of 2020 mains. Okay, so the question is, let y is equals to fx. Okay, let y is equals to fx is the solution of the differential equation e to the power y dy by dx minus 1 is equals to e to the power x, such that y of 0 equals to 0. Then y of 1 is equal to, okay, so here we have, let y is equals to fx is the solution of the differential equation e to the power y dy by dx minus 1 is equals to ex, such that y of 0 is equals to. Okay, now you already see that here the dy by dx coefficient is not, is e to the power y. It is not in the form of only dy by dx plus p x is equals to q. Okay, it is not in the form of that. So to make that, what you will do here is, you will take here substitution method. So here e to the power y is the problem, right? If we had only dy by dx, then the equation would have been simple and we could have solved it straightforwardly. So what we will do here is, we will take e to the power y is equals to t here. Okay, now what are we doing? We are differentiating it on both sides. We are differentiating on both sides, so we get dy by dx is equals to dt by dx. Okay, so now we got here dt by dx. So now you can just easily substitute here. Just substitute here what we got. So we have ey dy by dx. So we have dt by dx minus e to the power y, that is t, which is equals to e to the power 6. So it took the form of linear differential equation in terms of t and x. So now it is in the form of dx. Okay, so what you will do here is, we have ey dy by dx, that becomes dt by dx minus ey minus t is equal to the power x. Okay, right. So now what we will do here is, we will calculate the integration factor. That was the first step. Okay, so just writing it the equation here so that it can be easier to understand, it should not look messy. dt by dx minus t is equals to e to the power x here. Okay, so to solve this linear differential equation, what is the first step is to find out the integration factor. So integration factors looks like e to the power integration of what is the coefficient of here, that it is in the form of t. Now what is in the form of, what is the coefficient, that is -1. So -1, and with respect to what we will integrate, dx. So what do we got here is e to the power minus x. Okay, obviously -1 integration is e to the power minus x here. Okay, now what we can do here is just writing the solution. What we already told you in the types of solution looks like t into e to the power minus x is equals to integration of e to the power minus x into e to the power x dx. So what does it looks like? How we have written this? It is just like y into integration factor is equals to y is actually the function that you can write it as p integration factor is equals to integration factor into q cx. So this is the form which we have written it just like in the form of question. Okay, now what we have to do, just solve the question. So what we got here is e to the power minus x is equals to e to the power minus x plus x becomes 0, e to the power 0 1 becomes, so x dx. So we have here is x plus c here. Okay, now what is the t? You can get the answer, t is e to the power y. So substituting the value of t, that is e to the power y. So we have minus x, so y minus x is equals to x plus c. Okay, x plus c. But in differential equation, you need to get rid of this constant. Okay, you find out the integration factor, you found out the solution by taking it in the form. Now third step is to get rid of this constant. Okay, the third step is to get rid of this constant. So what you will do here is, you got e to the power y minus x is equals to x plus c. Is equals to x plus c. So what you can do here is, you can substitute x is equals to 0, y is equals to 0. So what do you get? E to the power 0 minus 0 is equals to 0 plus c. So what do we get? C is equals to 1. So you can just now write the answer. It looks like e to the power y minus x is equals to x plus 1. Y is equals to, now taking log on both sides, so it becomes y is equals to x plus ln x plus 1. Okay, so how do we got this? I hope you know. We took the log on both sides, so it become y minus x. So it becomes y minus x is equals to log of x plus 1. Y is equals to x plus log of x plus 1. Okay, so we just transport the x to here, taking the log on both sides. The equation formed like this now. Okay, what else you can do is, at x is equals to 1 also you can calculate it. So we have put here x is equals to 0 here. Now what you can do here is, you can calculate the value which was asked in the question, y of 1. Okay, y of 1, that means f of 1. F of 1, this was given, y of 0 is equals to 0. So how we did this? Because it was given f of 0 is equals to 0. Now for calculating the f of 1, what we can do here is, f of 1, y is equals to x plus, that is 1 plus 1 plus 1. So what is the answer? That is 1 plus 2. So was it difficult? No, it was only the form of linear differential equation. So if you know how to solve the linear differential equation, this was a cakewalk question for you all. I hope you will be able to do this question on your own. Okay, anyone who is facing any difficulty at any step, just comment down right now and I can sort it out right now. So I assume you have understood this question. Now let's just do one more question. Okay, I assume you have been able to understand this question. So now I'll do one more question here. Okay, so the second question is, okay, it is also like the differential equation. See, I already told you most of the question is going to come in the form of linear differential equation. So this is the question of 2020 year mains shift 2. Okay, so the question is, let y is equals to y of x be the solution curve of the differential equation y square minus x dy by dx is equals to 1, satisfying y of 0 is equals to 1. So this curve intersects the x-axis at a point, I'm sorry, I missed the word point, at a point whose abscissa is, I hope you know what is abscissa. So abscissa is basically the x coordinate, y is basically the ordinate. So how do you know it? Abscissa ordinate. Okay, so that is why we have to calculate the point of x at that point, xy, any point that is xy. So x1 is known as abscissa. Okay, so how do you do it? Okay, so we have y is equals to y of x be the solution curve of the DE, that is y square minus x dy by dx equals to 1. So firstly writing it in the standard form, that is our duty. So how do we got? We got dy by dx. For example, we have y is equals to dy by dx. Now what we can get it? Okay. Okay. So y is equals to dy by dx, that becomes y is equals to, okay. Okay. So how you can write it down? You can write it down as dy by dx plus x is equals to y square. Okay, this is the standard form of this equation because it is written in the form of y square minus x. So how you can write it as? You can write it as 1 upon y square minus x, and then you can just transpose it, and then you can get in the form of this equation. Okay, so we got this equation. Now doing it on another page, erasing the ink stroke first of all. Okay, so our equation is, that is dy by dx plus x is equals to y square. Okay, so this is simply the linear differential equation in terms of y and x. So how do you calculate the integration factor? The integration factor will be, that is the coefficient of 1 of coefficient of x, that is 1 here. So we get the integration factor 1, and just a second, something is wrong. Okay. So actually this equation will be in the form of, we are writing it here as dy by dx is equals to 1 upon y square. Okay, so we can write this equation like dx by dy is equals to y square minus x. So this equation can be written as dx by dy plus x is equals to y square. Dx by dy plus x is equals to y square. Dx plus dy dx by dy plus x is equals to y square. Okay, this is the equation. Now for calculating the integration factor of second type of linear differential equation, you have to integrate the integration factor in terms of dy. Simple thing. You have here the coefficient of x, that is 1. So we will calculate the integration factor here, that is e to the power y here. You will get the integration factor to the power y here because we are differentiating it with respect to y. So obviously writing the solution form, that is x into, this is the p, right? P into integration factor is equals to integration of q, that is y square, into integration factor, that is dy. We are differentiating into the form of dy. Okay, so now we got this. Now you know how to integrate y square into ey. Okay, you need to know how you calculate the y square ey dy. So you can perform here integration by parts. If you know integration, then only you can do it. You know the integration by parts, that was I late. So if we will take y square ey, you have to integrate this. So this will only be possible by using the method of integration by parts. So how do you integrate this? You can calculate the first function, you can calculate the second function. First function, second function. Okay, so that becomes y square into ey, that is the integration, minus integration my differentiation of first function 2y into, that is the second function, ey into dy. So I hope you know the integration by parts formula, that is integration. Just writing out the formula for a quick recap if you have forgotten. You have first function, you have second function. Okay, so second function's integration minus integration of differentiation of first function into integration of second function in terms of, if it is in dx form then this dx, if it is in form of dy then dy. Okay, simple. It was integration by part recap. I have done this in the integration webinar. So this is the integration of 2y e to the power y dy. Same thing will be continued. So what will get the answer? The answer is x e to the power y is equals to y square e y minus 2y e to the power y plus 2 e to the power y plus c. Okay, now we got this equation by the solution form. Now here again it is c. So to avoid c, obviously there must be some conditions given, that is y of 0 is equals to 1, and it is given this curve intersects x axis at a point whose abscissa is. So it is given y of 0 is equals to 1. So how do you calculate this? Y of 0 is equals to 1. This was the recap thing. This is not included in the question. So we have y of 0 equals to 1 here. So that means for y we will substitute the 1 value, and for x we will substitute the 0 value here. Okay. So here we will firstly take the form of x. X is written here only. X is equals to y. We will divide e exponential y by both sides. Okay. So we will get y square. dy gets cancelled out, minus 2y. dy gets cancelled out, plus 2 plus c e to the power minus y. Just substitute. Now x value, it is given 0 here. So we got 0. We have y value, that is 1. So 1 minus 2 plus 2 plus c e to the power minus 1. So e to the power minus 1. Now what we got here is minus 2 plus 2 got cancelled out. We have c upon e is equals to 1. So we got the value of c is equals to e here. Okay. So what we got here is we have c e to the power minus 1. Obviously it will become minus 1 here. So c is equals to minus e. So this will be the answer. Sorry, this is not the answer. We got the value of c only here. Okay. We have to solve to find out the abscissa. Okay. So now what we need to do here is we need to know that y is equals to 0. What we got here is for y is equals to 0, we got x is equals to 0, 0. We got 2 plus c. 2 plus c. Okay. 2 plus c. So we got here is for y is equals to 0, we got here is 2 plus minus e to the power minus 0. So we got x is equals to 2 minus e. Okay. What we needed to find? We needed to find abscissa. So abscissa means you have to find out the x coordinate. So for that we substituted y is equals to 0, and what we got is 2 minus e. So this will be the answer of the question. Okay. What was asked in the question? The curve intersects the x-axis at a point. X-axis, it means intersect at x-axis. If something is intersecting at x-axis, that means, for example, we have this graph and then we have this curve. Okay. So for this point, the x point and y is going to be 0 here. Simple thing. Now, when we needed to find it, then obviously we are going to substitute y is equals to 0, and then we can get the value of x here. Simple thing, we got the equation of x here by this. So we can just easily substitute y is equals to 0. So 0, 0, 2 plus c e to the power minus 0. C we already got minus e. So just substituted the value of c. How you need to get the value of c? It is already given. So one condition is already given. So whenever the condition is given, this is given so that you can make out the value of c from that. Okay. So this is the purpose. Now I hope you have understood these questions. I hope this was a beneficial class for you all. I already told you linear differential equation is the most asked question in your JEEs. Okay. And this is a very simple thing. Nothing is, nothing is very amazing in this. All you need to know is just the steps, just the types of equation. If the basic is clear, that means if the equation is given in the form of dy by dx, then you need to calculate the integration factor by dx integration. You need to calculate, if dx by dy, you need to calculate the integration by dy. Okay, and this is the solution. Whatever function it is written here, you need to write it down here. That is p into integration factor is equals to q into integration factor. Okay, this is the solution. And for the constant, for constant value, use the condition given in the question. Okay, so this is the brief recap of whatever we did in differential equation. This covered all the all the topics which you need to know to solve your JEE questions. Okay, if you have been able to solve this linear differential equation, if the concepts are clear, then you can easily get your +4 for your differential equation. The goal has been completed. The two questions were simply based on linear differential equation. Okay, so sometimes degree and order is also asked, and I made you practice also degree and order. I hope that concept is also clear. So dy by dx, in this, y is the dependent, x is the independent. Okay, we have this uh, linear differential equations whenever dependent, independent, and dy by dx or dx by dy is formed. Order and degree. What is the order and degree? The highest degree coefficient is the order, and the power of that is known as the degree. Okay, now order and degree done. To solve the 2 degree calculation, you need to write the equation in the form of polynomial. No negative and fractional powers are introduced. Power of derivative should be natural numbers. It cannot be a negative number. Okay, if we have this equation in the form of like sine lines, then just try to use that. If it can be made into the form of dy by dx, if it is possible, then we can get the value of degree. And if it is not possible, then obviously the degree is not defined. Okay, this is the concept of degree. Bernoulli's, it is the simple linear differential equation. Only y to the power n is introduced here. Only the change is y to the power n. So we will just remove this and it will become linear differential. So how do you remove it? Dividing it by y to the power n. When you divide y to the power n, it becomes like this. Simple thing, if it is taking some form of this, you need to do the substitution method. Okay, you use the substitution method and then it became again the linear differential equation. Linear differential equation is again formed, and then you can solve it accordingly to the linear differential equation. Linear differential equation I already told you, and then you can just solve it accordingly. Firstly, write it in the pointer form, then write in which respect this equation is. So you need to calculate the integration factor in terms of that, and then it type false, and then solve it accordingly. And according to the condition, you can get the value of constant when you are able to get the differential equation. So for example, here also dy by dx was not alone; it was attached with something. So what you did is you just did dx by dy, you just made it in the form of the standard equation. Okay, now if we form the standard equation, now you can calculate again the same steps, that is the integration factor. What are the steps we followed for solving the linear differential equation? Firstly, standard form. Secondly, integration factor. Thirdly, solution, writing it in the solution form. Fourthly, finding the constant value. Okay, and fifth, whatever is being asked in the question. These are the 5 steps which you need to follow for the linear differential equation. This was the quick recap of today's class. I hope you enjoyed the class, guys, and I hope to see you soon. I hope you enjoyed today's session. So this was a very good session for me as well as you, and I hope you stay healthy and stay consistent, guys. Hang in there and you will be able to excel in your JEEs very soon. So see you soon in next class, and you can also tell me which topic you want to study from me. I can also make that video. So for any such feedback, use our Telegram channel, use our WhatsApp group, anything. Get yourself added to our course by scanning the code. You can get yourself added to our Telegram channel as well. For any such information, just contact us. We are ready to help you. We are happy to help you. Bye bye. Take care.